We are live. You already know who it is. My name is Mike Kyle, aka the Fantasy Vulture. I have over a decade worth of fantasy football experience and have continuously competed for fantasy championships over the course of the past 6 seasons. Let's make it 7 in 2020. But enough of me. I'm here for you. On today's episode of the FB Show, we are going to go right into our Week 12 game recaps, breaking down every single Week 12 matchup, all through the lens of fantasy football. So if you're excited for this video, be sure to hit that like button down below like an open receiver downfield. Also, smash that subscribe button like a power running back up the middle so you never miss a video from me. And last but not least, you can follow me on all social media platforms at FFVulture. The content I am going to be producing on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok over the course of the next 5 weeks is going to be astronomical, and I'm so excited to share what I have in store for all of you guys as we approach the playoffs and, of course, championship season, which I hope as many of you win championships this year as physically possible. But let's dive right into Week 12. So the Vikings defeat the Panthers by a final score of 28-27. The Vikings came storming back in the second half after the Panthers had a pretty substantial lead on them. Minnesota improves to 5-6 on the year, and Carolina falls to 4-8 after their 3-4 start. It has been rough sledding for the Panthers as of late. Teddy Bridgewater coming back off that MCL injury, 19 of 36, 257 passing yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. Mike Davis, the fall from the heavens continues just a little bit here. 15 carries, caught 3 targets for 79 total yards. Robby Anderson gets into the end zone for the second time this season, catching 4 of 7 targets for 94 yards and a score. And Curtis Samuel caught all 5 of his targets for 77 total yards. DJ Moore left this game with a foot/ankle injury. It did not look good. He had 9 targets, caught 4 of them for 61 yards before exiting. A big blow to this Panthers offense for sure, depending on the severity of Moore's injury. On the other side of Minnesota, Kirk Cousins was 34 of 45 for 307 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a fumble. This was a good Kirk Cousins game. These things are kind of hard to predict. Like, there are a few quarterbacks where I'm like really struggling trying to figure out who has a good matchup and who doesn't. This being one of them. Like, between Kirk, Wentz, and Derek Carr, it's like those 3 guys. I have no idea when to ever start them. But what Kirk Cousins has done over the course of the past 3 weeks, 23 points, 20, 25, and 28. He has been turning in a lot of really good performances, and that does come off of the back of Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen. Thielen was out this game, but Justin Jefferson had 13 targets, caught 7 passes for 70 yards, and 2 touchdowns. There were also 2 other Minnesota Vikings wide receivers who had 7 receptions as well. And Dalvin Cook had 18 carries, caught 4 passes for 82 total yards, and a fumble. So a few things that I want to talk about here. The first being, let's talk about Mike Davis just a little bit here, because the fall has absolutely happened. And there was a few games here. I want to actually pull up Christian McCaffrey just so I make sure that my numbers are correct here. Right, so he only played in that game versus Kansas City. Okay. So Mike Davis since week 6 is actually, I want to pull up Fantasy Pros for this too. So Mike Davis since week 6, and this is actually going to we can actually kind of factor. What if I don't want to factor? We're good. All right, Mike Davis since week 6, 9 points, 6, 8, 6, 6, 14, 9. The fall has definitely happened for Mike Davis, and I think that's something that we actually have to acknowledge. Next week, this team is on a bye, and that does suck if you were somebody playing a member of the Panthers or the Buccaneers, or even who we're going to talk about in just a moment, because not having these guys in must-win situations to get into the playoffs is definitely hurtful for sure. But since week 6, Mike Davis is currently running back. Let's see. Command F. Davis. Mike Davis is currently running back 21. Is that in terms of total points? That is in terms of total points. I want to go in terms of average. I wonder. In terms of average. I can't tell from here. but he's running back 21, which I guess is still startable. But even if just reading off those numbers, they are not great by any means. Like, you don't have a whole lot of confidence in that. And the big reason for his hit is just the fact that the pass catching work just magically disappeared. The reason that Mike Davis was so great is because he was getting 9 targets a game. And since he hasn't even sniffed anything above 7 since week 3, he's had 6 targets twice. And everything else has been 5 or less. So just the receiving work and utilizing Mike Davis in that CMC role just kind of vanished out of nowhere. And as a result, it really has limited Mike Davis's production over the course of the past several weeks. Robby Anderson's great. Curtis Samuel's great. DJ Moore is great. If Moore misses a significant period of time, it really does just increase the value of the other two. But as I said on the preview, with the way that their games are all very different, they all flow really nicely together, and you can start all 3 of them on any given week because of that. Moving over to the Vikings, not a whole lot needs to be said here. Again, trying to determine when a good Kirk Cousins game is happening can be difficult. But over the course of the past 5 weeks or so, he really has been able to get it done for you. He gets Jacksonville next week, which is nice, and Tampa, Chicago, New Orleans, and Detroit. So it's a bit rocky there, but he should be able to be somewhat productive in those matchups. So that gives me full confidence for Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen moving forward. Jefferson without Thielen should be back next week, but so this was a one game thing, it looks like. But Justin Jefferson is great. Simple as that. And so is Dalvin Cook. Bad Dalvin Cook game, yeah, for sure. But he's turned in so many good performances as of late that I'm not too concerned about Dalvin Cook. And, you were due for one, right? You were due for one. You look at him since the bye, 47, 38, 12, 21, and then 7 in this game. It's Jacksonville next week. That's going to be a great bounce back game for Dalvin Cook. He may erupt for 45 yet again. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button down below, looking open receiver downfield. Also, smash that subscribe button like a power running back up the middle so you never miss a video from me. Last but not least, you can follow me on all social media platforms at FFVulture. Again, the content that is going to be coming out is insane. I'm so excited to show you guys what I have in store. And last but not least, remember, people come and go, but fantasy championships are forever, and I will see you in the next video.